Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode 5 of Noob To Pro, a series where I will be teaching you all the math concepts you need to know to become a math wizard. This episode, you will be learning about how to do borrowing. In the previous episodes, we had learned addition. Then we learned carrying, which is for addition. In the previous episode, we learned subtraction. Now, we are going to be learning the carrying of subtraction, which is borrowing. Carrying, we are using in many other places as well, which you will be learning later. But borrowing, not many places. Subtraction is one of the only places where you will be using borrowing. But let's learn what borrowing is. Borrowing is the opposite of carrying. In carrying, the answer was above 9. For example, 6 plus 4 is there in the ones place. That gives you 10. So you write the 0 and put the 1 forward. Now, borrowing is the opposite. Instead of the answer being above 9, it is below 0. Remember how I told you about the negative numbers? This is what it is. You can't have a negative number as one of the digits, so we have to improvise for this. This can't really be explained. I will have to show you with an example. So I will be showing you 2 examples for borrowing. This is the first one. So we have 9,876 minus 2,998. So, as we know, subtraction, 7 minus 4, I'm just giving an example, this will be equal to 3. But if you reverse the digits, it was 7 minus 4, if you do 4 minus 7, the answer will now be negative. This is something that you should be knowing to solve these questions. 6 minus 8. 6 minus 8, that will be a negative number. You can solve this, but we don't need to learn that. So what do we do here? Because the answer is going to be negative. This is the 7, right? Before the 6, this is the 6. Before it, you can see a 7. We are going to borrow some numbers from the 7. So this 6, we will add 10 to it. 6. Now we're going to add 10 to this number. And this 10, we borrowed it from the 7 that's over here. So the 7 is going to share some of its power with us. So the 6 is going to become bigger. So 6 plus 10, this is going to give us 16. And now because it had to share some of its power, the 7 has now become a little bit weaker. So you will subtract 1 from it. 7 minus 1, this gives us 6. So we are going to be replacing the 7 with a 6. Now over here we got 16 with 6 plus 10. So we will be replacing this with a 16. Now we will do 16 minus 8, which you should know this is going to be equal to 8. So we will now be writing over here 8. So now that's the first digit done. Now we have 6 minus 9. This is the 6, this is the 9. Now this again not possible because 6 is less than 9, so this will give us a negative number. You know this because 9 minus 6, the reverse, gives you 3. So if you reverse this to get our equation, which is 6 minus 9, this answer will be negative. So you cannot solve this. What do? We will borrow from the previous number, which is 8. So that will make this more powerful. So 6, you will add 10 to it because you're getting the power. And this gives you 16. Again, 16. So I will make this 16. And now 8, the number we borrowed from, it lost some of its power. So we will do 8 minus 1, which gives us 7. So this 8, I will be replacing it with the number 7. So now we can continue. We have 16 over here and 9 over here. So I will do 16 minus 9, which you should know it's equal to 7. So I will note a 7 here and now cross this out. Now our next number, 7 minus 9. We know if you reverse this, you get 9 minus 7, and you know that this is equal to 2. So if you reverse this and get our equation, which is 7 minus 9, you know that this will be a negative answer. And that's not possible, so we will do borrowing. The number before this, which is 9, we will borrow some power from it and add 10 to the 7. So 7 plus 10, it gives us 17. So I will add the 1 over here. And now, because the 9 had to share some of its power, we will subtract 1 from it and get 8. So the 9, I will write an 8 on it. So 8 and that 7 was 17, sorry. So now the 17 that we just created, I will be doing the subtraction minus 9, and this will give us an answer of 8. So I will write down the 8 over here. And now we are on our last question, 8 minus 2. So 8 minus 2 is equal to 6. So I will put the 6 over here, and that gives us a final answer of 6,878. This is our final answer. Now we will do another question using borrowing. 97,154 minus 49,279. So our first question is going to be 4 minus 9. 4 minus 9, it will give us a negative answer because we know that 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. So if you reverse the digits, you will be getting a negative answer. So what do? We will get some power from the number before it, which is a 5. So we will add 10 to 4, which makes 14. So the 4 will be getting its power, and this is going to become 14. And this 5, because it loses power, it will lose 1, and that gives 4. So this 5 will become a 4. So now over here we have a 14, and over here we have a 9. 14 minus 9, that gives us a 5. So I will write down a 5 over here. Now we can cross that out, and now our next number over here is a 4 because the 5 lost power. So 4 minus 7, if you reverse it, you get 7 minus 4, and this gives us 3. So we know that 4 minus 7, this will give us a negative answer of minus 3. So that means that this also we need to do borrowing. Before that we have a 1, it will give us some power. So 4 will increase by 10, and that gives us again 14. So I will note down the 1 here, and that 1 that lost power, it has now become a 0. So the 14 that we have up here, and there's a 7 down here. We will now do the equation for that, which is going to be 14 minus 7, which you should know it is equal to 7. I will write the 7 over here, and we will move on to the next number. Now that 1 over here, it lost power and became a 0. And we know that 2 minus 0, 0 has no power. So that means that the answer to this is going to be 2. So if you reverse these digits and get 0 minus 2, 0 minus 2, that's going to give you minus 2. And that's a negative number, and we cannot handle that, so we will have to borrow. So the 7 over here, it will give us some power. 0 plus 10, 0 has no value, so it will become 10. So I'll put the 1 over here. So we now have a 10 here and a 2 here. 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. And because 7 gave us some power, 7 will be changed by subtracting 1 to 6. So now we can cross this all out, and the 7 became a 6. Now we have 6 minus 9. 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. So we know if we reverse the digits to get 6 minus 9, which is what we have, the answer will be negative. So what do? We have to borrow. Now this 9 is going to give us some power, and this is going to become a 16. 16 minus this 9 over here, that gives us a 7. So now that we have 7 as the answer, we will note it down here. And the 9 gave us power, so the 9 will be subtracted by 1, and that will give us 8. So this is going to become an 8. And now our final, 8 minus this 4, that gives us an answer of 4. So I will note down the 4 here, and that gives us the final answer of 47,875. Wow, that took some time. So now this is your test. There are 3 questions. When you get your answers, put them in the comment section down below and I will give you the answers. Okay, so first one, 721 minus 414 is equal to what? This requires borrowing. Your next question, 2912 minus 1771. This also requires borrowing. And the last question, 79,791 minus 27,091. The answer also requires borrowing. So when you get the answers, put them in the comment section. I will give you the correct answers and let you know if you got anything wrong. Episode 6, multiplication. It comes out this Saturday, which is the 26th of July 2025. Thanks for watching.